everybody ought to stop by and get this. Gourmet fast food in a minute.
How long have you guys been doing this?
About 2 months. About 2.5 months now, yeah. May 11th was our first day of service. So.
Where'd you get the idea?
Basically, we want to open our own restaurant. This is the smallest investment that we can make. Start cooking our own food, building our own clientele, get a little buzz, you know, so we can hopefully transform into brick and mortar and then start taking this to like pinpoint locations around the city on certain days of the week. So basically, we got tired of working for the man. So this is our way to start our own business. And
you guys use a lot of local ingredients?
Yeah, everything's local. All of our pork, beef, chicken when we use turkey, even our shrimp when we use that is local from Okemos. Almost all of our ingredients come from Owasso Organics or Giving Tree Farms or Slow Lane Farms and a couple other producers around the area. All of our beef is from Lonesome Pines out of Nashville. There's nothing that we don't use that's... Even our bottles of water are from Novi.
What excites you about something like this?
The ballin'-ass tacos. It's the fact that they use chorizo. They actually call it chorizo as opposed to like some places which will call it Mexican sausage or spicy sausage. They use the real name, so pretty excited about that. Yeah, pretty good.
What's the crowd favorite here?
Probably the ballin'-ass tacos. I don't think we've sold a taco to a person that we haven't seen multiple times, so people really like it. I mean, the name's funny, but you know, the tacos are really good, so we grind our, we have chorizo ground to our specs, and then we spice it ourselves, and it comes with a mole verde, which we smoke the tomatillos and the garlic and the poblanos and the jalapenos, and then add a little bit of cilantro and lime to that, and blend it. Queso fresco, some supreme lime, just lime segments, so it gets you that burst, that pop inside of there, and some organic cilantro. We double wrap them taqueria style. So the chorizo is really spicy, but everything else kind of cools it down and refreshes it. Then you get that smokiness from the mole, so it's real good palate pleaser all across the board. So.
Do you have any sort of background in cooking?
Yeah, I've cooked for my entire life, but most recently from Salt of the Earth in Fenville. It's a rustic American eatery and bakery over by Saugatuck. I worked in Detroit at Opus Home, where I was executive sous chef for about 2.5 years. In high school, I worked at the Old English Inn in East Rapids. Just moved around the state, worked at a lot of good restaurants. Ben's originally from Muskegon. He just graduated from MSU in business hospitality. He worked at the State Room for about 3.5, 4 years, and then he worked at, also over at Salt of the Earth for a summer as well. So yeah, just trying to learn our craft in a bunch of different kitchens, other than going to culinary school. You know, it is what you make it.
So cool that you guys use local ingredients, and it's like you're keeping it in the community.
Yep. That's the biggest part of our business is, I mean, the economy in Michigan sucks, you know, and it's like when you buy food at a chain grocery store, like 90% or 70% of those dollars are leaving our state. You know, if you buy from local farmers, and all of those dollars virtually are staying here. So, you know, figure start the smallest place possible, and you know, keep everything in the community and work together. And, you know, in return, the community will hopefully help support us. So check out this pork belly. Some smoked garlic. We'll dehydrate that for garlic powder. And then this is a smoked pork belly that we're going to do with some cowboy beans. Basically bacon, uncured bacon, but we put a barbecue spice on it. So
wow,
should be pretty amazing.
You had a picture of you were grinding up some.
This guy was grinding some.
Yeah, some spiced garlic.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
good stuff.
We're using that on our soup witch today.
Soup witch, we use a lot of different finish with it.
We originally did it because we had a vintage carnival that we did with the purple carrot a 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And we have a fryer, but we can't use it unless we're hooked up to a different power source. So we wanted to do fries, and we didn't have time to cut our own fries. So we were thinking, how can we buy fries and not be selling out? So we did this 3-day-long garlic process that we dusted the fries with some oregano and stuff like that to try and made our own smoked tomato ketchup. So we're like, okay, this isn't this isn't processed food at this point, you know. So just trying to
That's so awesome.
Really in season yet, so we're like, oh, they really want fries. How do we make this fit our concept? But
Yes.
so
Trailer parked in one word.
one word. I'd have to say integrity.
Trailer parked in one word.
Real.
I mean, basically, we just try to. We worked in, like I said, we worked in a lot of restaurants around the state, and I've worked in, some restaurants that's like $50 a plate. And basically, the whole idea of opening this business is we wanted to cook for people like us, and we wanted to cook for people that we could relate to. So we wanted to be all about the food and not about the pretension. Hence the name Trailer Park. So the slow fast food is we want to give people a different option to Arby's or McDonald's or Applebee's and all these corporate places that are doing things the entirely wrong way and ruining our economy and our infrastructure and food as a whole. So that brings us back to the word integrity is, the integrity of our ingredients, the integrity of our sources, and the integrity of the way we treat that food once we get it. Like, we use whole animals. We don't just order a case of tenderloins and then, you order a case of tenderloins, there's eight, that's 4 cows that had to die just for you to serve a tenderloin, We get, halves of cows and get them broken down to our specs. Same with our hogs, and it's just, cooking the way you're supposed to, using everything from the bones and nose to tail. We'll hopefully get there once we can get out of the STFU and get into some brick and mortar, so we can start making some head cheeses and some charcuterie and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's the gist. Sustainability. Obviously, the biggest part is we try to use things that are in season, and the things that we do use a lot of preservation techniques as far as pickling and curing and smoking and things like that, so that a couple generations ago we didn't have all this processed nasty stuff that you could buy in cans and boxes in the store. We had to eat off the land and figure out how to survive. That's a big foundation of what our food is eat tomatoes when tomatoes are supposed to be here. You don't eat tomatoes in December. Like, it just doesn't happen. So
Berries in November.
Exactly. So and that's not when God intended for the food to be here anyway. So it's just and then finding those processes to preserve that food and respect the integrity of that ingredient throughout the season. Whether it's potting or pickling or canning or and just